Good day. Today we're delving into the intricate world of Baijiu, a spirit often misunderstood in the West, yet undeniably the most consumed spirit globally. Baijiu is not just a drink, but an integral part of Chinese cultural identity. The global Baijiu market is worth over $170 billion. The Baijiu producer Guaiqiao Mutai was recently valued at about $90 billion. That's 3 times the value of the entire Scotch whiskey industry. Our focus for this lecture supporting the WSET Level 3 award in spirits will be less on consumer or market profiles and more on the nuanced distillation practices and biochemical complexities that define its diverse subcategories. Let's get started. Okay, you have to open your minds beyond the familiar paradigms of column and pot stills. Baijiu production, particularly in its traditional forms, presents a fascinating blend of ancient craft and surprisingly sophisticated solid-state fermentation principles. Let's begin with the foundational element, Ku. Forget your typical yeast pitches. Ku is a living, breathing ecosystem. It's a precisely crafted inoculum formed from crushed grains, often wheat, barley, or peas, pressed into bricks or balls, and then allowed to mature for months. During this maturation, a complex ambient microbiota, including fungi, yeasts, and bacteria, colonizes and transforms the substrate. This isn't just about amylase activity, it's a symphony of enzymatic and microbial actions. When this prepared Ku is finally crushed and introduced to fresh grains, it initiates a parallel saccharification and fermentation. We're talking about simultaneous starch conversion and ethanol production, a remarkable feat in itself. The different types of Ku, big Ku, small Ku, brown Ku, are not merely size differentiators. They reflect distinct microbial profiles and consequently profoundly impact the final aromatic and flavor characteristics of the spirit. Consider the thermophilic strains, the acid-producing bacteria, each playing a role in shaping the volatile compounds we seek to capture. Now on to the fermentation itself. A significant deviation from liquid state fermentations you're accustomed to, Baijiu often employs solid state fermentation. Imagine grains inoculated with Ku fermenting in earthen pits. This isn't just about historical practice. It's about control over temperature, moisture, and anaerobic conditions that would be challenging to replicate in a purely liquid matrix. For strong aroma and sauce aroma Baijiu, this pit fermentation is non-negotiable. The microbial activity within these pits contributes unique compounds, including fatty acids, esters, and pyrazines, which are key to their signature profiles. In contrast, some rice aroma Baijiu utilizes semi-solid state fermentation, offering a different kinetic and chemical pathway. The density and surface area within these solid beds dictate heat dissipation, nutrient availability, and microbial oxygen exposure, all critical parameters for controlling metabolite production. Finally, the distillation. While other stills exist, the traditional Baijiu still is a marvel of engineering elegance. It operates as a packed column, yes, but with a unique twist. It's simultaneously a still and a gelatinization vessel. You have to imagine fermented grain dug directly from the pits, packed into the column alongside new raw grains. Steam is injected directly into this packed bed. This isn't just passive heating. The steam serves a dual purpose. It gelatinizes the starch in the fresh grains, preparing them for future saccharification and fermentation in subsequent cycles. An incredibly efficient and continuous process, and simultaneously. It strips the alcohol and aromatic compounds from the fermented grains. This continuous low-temperature, steam-driven extraction minimizes thermal degradation of delicate esters and higher alcohols, contributing to some pretty nuanced aroma profiles. The interaction of steam with the heterogeneous solid matrix creates a unique mass transfer environment that differs significantly from conventional liquid phase distillation. As we move into the subcategories, remember that these are not merely regional variations, but a testament to how slight adjustments in these core processes lead to profoundly different products. Take strong aroma baijiu, for instance, often 100% sorghum, utilizing big coup, undergoing solid state fermentation in pits, and distilled via the traditional method. The pronounced fruity esters, often described as pineapple or banana, alongside the underlying earthy notes of mud or clay, are direct consequences of the specific microbial consortia in big coup and the anaerobic conditions of pit fermentation. The heat and sting are often attributed to higher concentrations of certain esters and aldehydes. This is a continuous cyclic process, often referred to as the never-ending cycle, where spent grains are re-inoculated and re-fermented, building a complex microflora over decades. Then we have sauce aroma baijiu, predominantly sorghum, but with a crucial distinction: high temperature big coup. This refers to coup cultivated at elevated temperatures, selecting for specific thermophilic microbes. Fermentation is again solid state in pits and distilled traditionally. The resultant deep, savory characteristics, evocative of soy sauce, mushrooms, or roast meat, are a direct output of specific pyrazine and tetramethylpyrazine formation, likely influenced by Maillard reactions and amino acid metabolism facilitated by the high temperature coup and prolonged fermentation. Now, our light aroma baijiu offers more versatility in raw materials and coup types, big coup or small coup. Its fermentation is solid state, but often in pottery vessels rather than pits, and it employs the traditional still. This variation in input and fermentation vessel leads to a less singular aromatic profile, and often cleaner and more delicate. Finally, rice aroma baijiu. As the name suggests, rice is the primary raw material, utilizing small coup. The fermentation is semi-solid state and can occur in various vessels, and crucially, it often uses different types of stills, not exclusively the traditionally packed column. This can lead to lighter, sometimes cleaner spirits, with aroma profiles that can resemble rice shochu, reflecting the distinct raw material and different distillation kinetics. Now, beyond these four majors, we have a further 8 subcategories: phoenix aroma, sesame aroma, Libagan aroma, key aroma, mixed aroma, special aroma, extra strong aroma, and medicine aroma. Each of these represents a unique permutation of raw materials, coup composition and production, fermentation vessels and technique, and distillation parameters. For example, sesame aroma baijiu is known for its roasted sesame characteristics, likely derived from specific pyrazine formation through the Maillard reaction during coup production or fermentation. Medicine aroma, on the other hand, often incorporates traditional Chinese medicinal herbs during fermentation or infusion, creating a distinctly different aromatic profile. Your task as advanced students of spirits around the world is to look beyond the surface level descriptions. Consider the microbial ecology of coup, the thermochemical dynamics of solid state fermentation, the mass transfer principles within that unique packed column still, and how each of these parameters is meticulously controlled to yield the astonishing diversity within baijiu. This isn't just traditional craft. It's a masterclass in biochemical engineering and flavor modulation, refined over centuries, and certainly worth a taste or two. See you next time.